Hey, Leslie here. I'm in the midst of the tail end of a cold that is trying to be a sinus infection. And I woke up this morning feeling terrible, so I'm sitting here at the kitchen table with my friendly facial steamer and decided this might be a great time to give you a video about one of my favorite tools, facial steaming for when you are sick. Let's get started. Okay, welcome back. I'm Leslie Huddart, and on my good days, I am a spiritual guide. I'm a trained acupuncturist, and I help empaths and healers release the trauma trapped in their body. And sometimes we just get plain old sick. So we're having in my Inner Circle membership coming up this next quarter, my home remedies course, where I walk you through sort of my medicine cabinet at home, all the natural remedies that I use, because although I just sort of had a pretty bad flu that had like a really killer sore throat, it only lasted for about a day because I know exactly what remedies to use. And you don't have to be a trained natural health doctor to be able to use those. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a couple of oils to use in general. Facial steaming is pretty straightforward. Steam really opens up, increases the flow, and you can use essential oils to really help combat whatever is going on. They have great antiviral, antibacterial properties. Remember, medical disclaimer, that nothing in this video is approved by the FDA or is intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease, and you should always work with your licensed healthcare practitioner. Let's talk about it. You get one of these cute little steamy units. You don't have to get anything super expensive. They're probably, $20-$30. I'll leave a link below in the one that I use the most. And it usually comes with like a little plastic face thing and a little plastic aperture to kind of adjust the flow. I usually take those things out because I feel like the less heated plastic you're inhaling is probably better. So all you need is this little thing and a towel over your head. In the absence of not having one of these cute little gadgets, what you can do is just boil some water in a pot and ideally have a lid. In India and Asia, they have pots generally that have their flatter lids, so you can like slide them off a little bit, versus American lids tend to like fit in there. But you want something that you can just like let the lid off a little bit so it's not too much heat at one time. That's what makes this nice little unit quite nice. So in terms of oils, you want to use a couple different solutions that I would say, because I woke up with a lot of pain and pressure in my face. You want to use oils I like different stages, sort of more opening oils that have more of a releasing, what we call in Chinese medicine, releasing the exterior, opening and moving things. Like mint is a great example. Peppermint is a little more floaty, openy, and eucalyptus is openy with also some more of those more kill things off type of properties in a rough general sense. So usually to start out, I'll use one of those at the beginning and maybe at the end. And when I use them, I just use a couple drops of them in the water. I also really like Howood, H-O-W-O-O-D, is quite a nice opening and penetrating. And then I'll use something, I don't tend to use tea tree. I find it's a little too much. So in terms of the antiviral and getting sick oil, I'll use something like a Ravintsara, R-A-V-I-N-T-S-A-R-A, or Tulsi, a holy basil. So those are kind of my go-to: eucalyptus, holy basil, and Ravintsara. My little steamer just went off. So I'll get the water going, and I've already done a sort of opening with a little bit of peppermint. And while you're doing it, the type of breathing is so I'll put my towel over into the steamer. I don't want to steam you guys out too much. And I'll cover this over so I'm just in here inhaling the steam. And I'll put a couple drops in there. It'll be pretty strong at first. You only need 1 or 2 drops. And for my, when I had the sore throat, I was really trying to do long open breaths to really do a strong breath in, like, and then kind of hold it to give it some time in there. And then with the nose, I'm trying to do similar things, although I may do sort of like a quasi alternate nostril breathing in that particular way. And just 10 or 15 minutes really makes a huge difference. You can ask Jay, I was a little bit of a sick monster this morning going, oh, I feel so terrible. And even after 10 to 15 minutes, I'm feeling much relieved. So facial steaming is a great remedy. And if you'd like to see into my home medicine cabinet, I'll put a link below to our Inner Circle membership, where not only do you get this new course of my home medicinary, but you also get access to all our topic library of courses, which is pretty fun, as well as getting to ask me questions that I answer twice a month, and coming to our live in-person gatherings where we really do one-to-one connection and really get to connect with other empaths and healers and really create community. So back to my steaming. I've got a few more minutes before my next meeting. Hope this helps. Do you have a particular oil blend or other things that you like to use? Have you ever done facial steaming before? It's a pretty traditional technique. I know when I lived at the yoga ashram in India, in Maharashtra, when somebody got sick, they would always do kobichiwap, which was shredded cabbage in a steam, and doing that in that way, which always seemed pretty good. So steaming has a long, great therapeutic history, and it's a pretty easy thing to do and quite powerful, especially if you are someone who gets sinus infections at home and things like that in the upper respiratory nature. I hope that helps. This is Leslie Huddart saying, you are a soul with a body and you deserve great things, including great health and a good feeling face. See you next time.